Something is not there. Okay, she told me. Okay, you guys, here we go. So I've been warming up a little bit. So see, I have my little jacket on, and a lot of times you forget to stay warm until you warm up. So with that said, I don't have any equipment, but we're gonna do a pattern walking. And I told you before I turned on the recording that today I'm gonna really focus on about a half dozen moves that you definitely need to stay in your repertoire of moves, whether you're on with me or you're with somebody else or you're by yourself. Do you see what I just did? That's one of the moves. Okay, believe it or not. It's a warm-up move, but it's stepping cross midline. See this? So as I go, I'm gonna get warmed up before I really start capitalizing on what we're doing here. But I just step over. Now I have to release this foot here, and instead of just coming to here, I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna pretend this is a ladder, okay? Then I'm gonna come together with my feet. So it's a pattern type of a walk that hooks up your brain. Number one, step across, see that? So I have to maintain my balance. So I see Kate coming on. She knows this one. So you need to have a pole when you're doing this kind of pattern walking if, in fact, you have a problem with your balance, okay? So I'm gonna step back here and do it again. And some of you might say, oh, I don't have enough space. Listen, most living rooms are this big, or workout areas. So here we go. Cross your midline, step up the ladder, bring your foot together. See that? Then you're gonna step across, step up the ladder, and then bring your feet together. Then you walk back. So here's the thing. Everybody thinks walking back is a nothing move. Wrong. When you're walking back, you have a high chance of hitting your heel, hitting something that you didn't know was there, and tripping and falling because you can't. Backward walking is a real skill to keep working on. So I'm gonna start right here, again, right here at the back, on this side. I'm gonna cross over, then I'm gonna step up as far as possible. And you see what I'm doing? See this tottering? That's why you have a pole, a walking pole, an old broomstick handle, something that is flat on the bottom that you can hold your balance. Then you come up, okay? Then you go over. Then you step up as wide as you can. Hold your balance for a second. I'm getting out of frame. And then come together. Here comes the important part. See this? See this? See this? Yes, when you're walking backward, I'm telling you, when you have hips and knees replaced, wow, you do not want to do a misstep. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Okay, drop your shoulders. I haven't harangued you yet on your dropping your shoulders. Breathe in through the nose as much as you can. Try not to raise your shoulders. Why? Because if you don't raise your shoulders, you got to get that air going somewhere, and it's trying to get you to use your diaphragm. Okay? So I'm going to go across. See, I don't go way up when I cross. Just in front of the foot. But when you're in this kind of a mode, see? And then I'm going to take the back foot. I'm going to step way up the ladder. See that? And then I'm going to put my feet together. And I'm going to take that back leg, cross over. Okay, you ready? Soften your knees. Big breath into the nose. Now step really wide, as far as you can, and then you bring your feet together. Now, drop your whole center of gravity. See that? How do you do that? Do you do it by bending at the back? No. You bend at the knees, you drop your shoulders, and your hips. It's like you're doing a little crouching walk. See that? So I want to take care to get my heels up is the point. Okay, so let's start again. I'll go the other way. I'll start the other way first. So if you always start with one leg, switch it. So see how I crossed over? Okay. Now is when you need to get that pole. And I'm going to step up here. This will be my pole, for instance. There's a big, heavy-duty stationary bicycle right here. You don't see it, but anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step across. Now I'm going to put full weight on that front leg, and I'm going to bring the heel up of the back leg. But I'm not going to step yet. So that means rib cage up. I'm going to go toe tap, see that? Toe tap. If you can do it without holding on to something, God bless you. But here's the deal. Don't get too big for your britches. Call Kay. Sorry, Kay, I had to do that. My knee is soft, number one. See how I'm just tapping and lifting? When you do this with no, not putting your hand on a wall, see, I have a big heavy machine right here. It could be a counter, it could be a table, or a pole. So one-legged standing is what I'm trying to get you to do, but it's with that back leg is getting ready to do what? It's getting ready to step. Here we go. Step forward. See that? Then I'm going to come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. I'm going to do it on the other leg. Okay, so this was the one that I was standing on before. So I'm going to stand on the other one. So I'm going to swing this leg over. This was the one I was standing on. I'll switch legs. And this is where, I'm sorry, back, I got mixed up. Sorry. Okay, so I brought the other one over because I want to do a one-legged challenge right here. See this? So why am I doing this without touching the bike? Because my hip replace side is my big challenge balance side, not my knee replace side, believe it or not. Take a big breath, rib cage up, drop your shoulders, and your knee is soft. And you're just tapping the toe and bringing the heel up, tapping the toe, bringing the heel up, tapping the toe, bringing the heel up. And you want to hang in here. Somebody might say, well, how many toe taps? I would say, look, try to get to where you can stand with just a toe tap once in a while, at least 30 seconds. That's the goal to get you to do pretty much every day. Okay, see, so right then I was getting off balance. But I'm back here. Now I'm going to go step up. See that big step? And then together. Now I'm going to go back, 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 back. I'm doing that little crouchy walk. I had somebody, many of you know her, you know, she was a nurse. She had run like fitness centers and stuff. And she came in and she said, I have to really take it easy today. So I'm just doing a slow walk back and forth. That's what I'm doing while I finish my little story. And I said, well, what happened? And she goes, I was at a campfire. See how I'm doing this? See how I'm ambulating just like this? My tummy's in, my shoulders are down, I'm breathing through my nose. Yeah, I'm talking, so it's very challenging. My husband would say it's challenging when you're talking and doing anything. I digress. Anyway, she said, I was walking backwards. See what I'm doing? So now I did a pattern walk, and now I'm specifically taking about 1 to 3 steps, normal pace. And as I back up, I want to think, how am I lined up? Number one, if I had a pole, I would quit my little wobbling that I do. Okay, I didn't get my pole in place because I have a wall and I have a bike here to hold on to, like a counter. But if I have my pole, like Kay always has, it would keep me from doing this little tottering, and I'm trying really hard not to do it. But as some of you know, when you have hips replaced, knees replaced, you are one side shorter than the other. And yes, I use lifts and all that. So I understand the challenges. I do. Let me finish my story. This gal, it was Marianne. Anyway, some of you know Marianne. She said I was walking backwards and I was at a campfire and there was a log that somebody had put down that I didn't see. Well, she was walking backward and you can see that if there was a log right there and I put my foot on it, you can see the problem. And she fell and really hurt herself. So walking backwards, my dear little slugs out there, is a big deal. Looky here. Looky here. Do it slowly with me. Yeah, don't just think, oh, I got this. No, no, no. I'm wanting you to come down, not by bending. I want you to come down. Little hip hinge, knee bend. See this? It's like a little bit of a crouchy walk. Number one, it's a great way to get warmed up because you're going to put a big load, body load, on those leg muscles. They're your biggest muscles, okay? And so if you do a little crouch walk, you're going to get warmed up so much quicker, and you're going to get balanced and stressing all your proprioception functions so much more. So I would encourage you that if you are going to backward walk, as I am doing now, do you see this? Do you see this? I look with my eyes. I don't have to bend over and do this, okay? Crouch down, step back, and turn a tiny bit and look with your eyes what's behind me. So not only this is a great way to warm up and to get your muscles in your lower body really firing, especially if you start with a pattern walk. So did I come up with this? No. I got this from some very talented physical therapists as I study to make sure I'm doing stuff to keep y'all active. Step up. And see, then I bypassed the little together step because I was rushing. Okay, let's do it one more time. And then we'll do some backward walking, crouching. Are you ready? So now I'm going to go this way. Okay, crouch down, sit rib cage up, shoulders down. You ready? I'm going to bring that back leg up. This is my challenge side right here. Okay, but I'm getting better at it. Then I'm going to go way up here. Bring my feet together. Okay, that's 1 and 2. All right. Then I'm going to go over here and bring it up together. Then I'm going to go over here. Bring it up, hold it, bring it together. Step back, roll back, roll back, roll back. So what you don't see me doing is walking like a duck to back up. That would be a mistake. So don't do it, okay? Okay, big breath. Now, the other thing I'm going to encourage you, so pattern walking is one very good one. Then I showed you how to turn pattern walking into what? Dips. Yeah, okay, so keep with me. So I'm just recapping. You see what I'm doing? Okay, I'm going to come here and I'm going to act like I've stepped over, and now I'm going to do this one. This is my challenge side. And if I don't hold on to something when I'm dipping with this leg, you can see I'm going to really bend one side. There's a lot of you that might have this issue and you don't even know it. See? I'm just helping you here. I know it's painful. Okay, take a breath. Hang on to something so you stay upright. And then do that one-legged squat, basically, is what it is. It's a one-legged squat, okay? And then, so I did pattern walking, one-legged squats, 2 one-legged squats, And I challenged you with backward walking in a like crouch position, right? Okay. So before, we'll let those rest for a little bit. And what I was gonna say, whenever I said stay with me, is when you do one-legged task like this, and in just a moment, we're gonna pick up weights. It'll be so fun. You'll love it. Okay. The other thing that I would say for you to do, if you're by yourself and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't want to lose all my benefit. Pattern walking, yes. With challenges, wall. Go find you a wall, a door, something that won't move, okay? So don't be pushing on a person. They're gonna move on you, okay? Oh, okay, here's my wall. I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna step back so that when I lean in, okay, my elbows go down. Okay, now if you don't have a wall and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, get your bed, get your chair. Pretend this is your chair. So if you don't have a wall, you're gonna go lower on a chair. I like a wall because it can take you into moderation much easier. So here's my chair. Just step back and you're just gonna bring your elbows down. See the elbows? Okay, so I showed you the harder one first. Get you into a wall. Go wide with your feet. Drop your elbows. Push back. So your hand should be right out at your shoulder, okay? Tight tummy, drop your shoulders, and I'm gonna drop my elbows. So adjust however you need, but see how I'm pushing back? See how I'm pushing back? Okay, this is very doable. See, just push, you keep tight, you're stepping wide, drop your shoulders, and instead of flaring and coming in like this to start with, I mean, that has its place. I want you to drop your elbows and then push back. You're just gonna love it, I know it, okay? Drop your shoulders, drop your elbows. I'm right behind the daycare, so now I'll shut the door because it's a little loud. Okay, so here I am. And I come down to my elbows and back. Now, some of you might say, oh, well, that's not very challenging. And I'm like, well, stay with me, all right? So my knees are soft. So by the way, this is a perfect move to do for somebody that has shoulder issues. They're just recovering from a hip or a knee replacement. This is very doable. And it's, if you do this on a regular basis, you need to be able to get up to doing, 30. You can do 10, 10, and 10. You don't have to do it all at once. But once you've done 30, and you see how I'm taking a break every time? Do you see how elbows in, and then I push back? Do you see that? See, my elbows are pretty far down, and then I come back. And if you drew a line from my little shoulder, you come right here to the wrist. That's your measurement. Not up here, here to the wrist. See that? Now, rotate your elbows in and touch the elbow to the wall, and don't cave in your back, okay? Keep nice and tight, soften your knees, boom, right there, right there. And then if you need a break, just push back, open and close your hands, and then go right back into it. Big breath, keep your knees soft. Don't lock them. Open and close. Keep that elbow rolled in so that you get right into the elbow. So I'm doing every one of these with you. So you little slugs need to be doing them with me. Don't just stand there and say, oh, that looks interesting. I hope you're laughing because I know what you do. Okay, elbows. See, I took a break. Then you come in. If you don't want to take a break, that's fine. Make it more challenging. Stay in the mood. Push. Breath. Woo, in through the nose. Keep your shoulders down, stay nice and tight, elbows in, breath. Keep checking to make sure your measure is correct. You draw a line, again, from your shoulder to your wrist. See? That's the measurement. And then it's as wide as your arms, and your elbows rotate in, and you touch your elbows. Your stomach is tight, your butt should be tight. Keep your shoulders down. Say in through the nose. Keep your chin tucked. Do not try to touch the wall with your head. Every time I put people in this position, you know what I see? This. Don't do it. Keep your chin tucked. Okay? Breath. All right. I know Kathy's counting, so I will just say let's do 5 more. Gotcha, Kathy. 5 more. I think that's 2. Okay, 3. Stay tight. 4. Stay with me. 5. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep your chin tucked. Breathe in through your nose, breathe in through your nose, breathe in through your nose. Push back. Swing. Okay, if you did every one of those with me, and you had those rolled in like that, I know you're feeling it. Don't lie. Okay. So once you've done those kind of push-ups, open your hands out. Open the chest. Pull the shoulders in. Okay? The elbows are soft. Once I've come in there, here's my kitchen chair. This is what I'm using for my kitchen chair. So turn it so you're right in front of your little wall. See this? Look here. The hands go back. These go in. These go down. Shift. We've already practiced one leg standing, haven't we, in our warm-up? Then, so walls, pattern walking, wall push-ups with those elbows down first. You can do the other ones later, but get those in there because I'm trying to keep you strong right in here. Okay, ready? Here's my chair. These are up, shoulders are down. Pull in, shift. This is one of the 3rd main areas is knee ups, or you're working on your flexors and extensors. Okay, so shift so that this comes up in a flexion. These have to extend, right? Right. So this is a great exercise to get both. Now, if you have a hard time, I'm going to give you a really cool way to get better at this move and not get all scared. You get your kitchen chair, you get a wall, and you move the kitchen chair so that your shoulders and your butt is on the wall. See that? You shift, so my butt's touching. I'm going to be hip hinged a little because I'm going to be shifting back and forth. Now, if you want to just use a pole, or if you want to use a wall like this and your chair is here, that's fine too. I'm doing this so you can see it. And I'm giving you a little trainer's tip of how to bridge into a very important move and keep your balance. See how my butt's touching the wall? My shoulders are down. I'm going to go like this. Do you see this? I'm at 90 degrees. Then I'm going to shift. Okay, my butt's touching the wall. And I'm going to make my hip replace side hold me in a good position because I have help right here. See, my butt's on the wall. Okay, I'm trying to stay upright, but you're going to bend forward a little bit. And do you bend forward at your waist, at your back? No. You bend forward by hip hinging. See this? This acceptable forward bending right here. Now we'll round our back up in just a moment. But this one, I want you to get this right. Because if you did wall push-ups, the way we did, we're going to do some back push-ups here in just a minute. Pattern walking, and then if you do pattern walking with weight, which is what we're going to do too, see what you have to look forward to. So glad you turned in today. Then you go up to your flexion, okay? Your front muscles and your back muscles have to all work here. And you know what else has to work to shift you back and forth? You have to open those feet out and you have to really hold balance to get a leg up and to hold enough balance that you can bring your leg all the way up to, and here's the key, you're trying to get to a 90-degree lift. So I hope I'm explaining this, that you're doing them. And again, see how I've used my wall as my modifier? Yeah, it's my helper. So if I want to really pull both shoulders back and really engage them, work at this move against the wall. My butt's touching the wall. See that? And then if you want to challenge yourself more, try to do it without the butt touching the wall. But if you need it, see, it's there. See that? Big breath in through the nose. See how I'm shifting? I'm going to come up. I'm going to come up. So this is my challenge side. This is my hip replace that's holding me. This side is no problem. My knee replace side, no problem. No problem at all, because it's much more stable, okay? So get whatever device. See how I might put my elbow on the wall on my challenge side, okay? And for people like Chrissy, who have multiple hips replaced, and I think Mary Martin now has multiple hips replaced, this is a really good thing to do. And get to where you can do 3 sets of 10. I know, I'm just going slowly at it because I introduced it to you. Yes, we've done this move before, but when I have different facility, I will utilize whatever I have because you find yourself a lot of times in different places, okay? So you keep doing this kind of thing, and here's what you need to know. If you had a leg weight, I don't have any leg weights today, but your leg weights that you got from me, you strap those little babies on after you've warmed up, and you do a series of these, now talk to me. I know it. So I've got some people out there that are like, oh, this is so easy. I mean, you know, it's like Tim. Well, Tim, you need to put some leg weights on right now. Okay? Here we go. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, tighten, tighten. Your hip hinged. You're touching your butt. Bring it up. Right. And then come up and do little pulses right there. This is right at the end of our set. And I think we got maybe 10, I don't know, maybe we did 15. Something like that. Okay, here we go. See how I'm gonna come up now? This is my easier side because this is my side that I'm much more stable on. Everybody has one, for whatever reason. So there I am, and I'm not gonna touch the wall now. Now I'm gonna just do repeated knee ups, okay? Let me remind you, I've worked with so many people through the years that have hard time ambulating, walking, okay? Guess where I start? Yeah, I do some leg type things on sitting down, but as soon as I can, I get them up, I have them holding the wall or holding something, doing this, okay? And then I have them doing this. You see what I'm doing? My knee doesn't come forward now. See, I'm gonna act like I'm going to hit my butt with my heel, but I'm right here at the wall if I need it. So stay with me, keep your shoulders down. And by the way, this move right here in our half dozen highlighted moves that I'm doing, that you need to keep maintaining so that you keep your balance better and your legs and your joints are being able to work more efficiently because you do these little tasks. These are your little secret weapons. I'm hitting about a half a dozen of these moves today that I would always have. I'm so glad I shut that door because a train's coming through. So see how I have my hands right here? Okay? So I'm gonna go I'm gonna work one versus the other because you have a tendency to really stoop forward when you're doing these kinds of tasks. So especially this one. So say rib cage up, there goes the train. Drop your shoulders, shift. That's the important shift, and then you're gonna hip hinge, soft knee, okay? And we're just gonna move in tandem. See this? So this is getting that very important, that transverse move that you have to do in order to walk, okay? Big breath, and now I'm doing the one-legged challenges as I pull through the hamstrings. Use your wall if you need to, but what you need to do to make sure of when you get to this point is you don't bring your knee forward now. Bring your heel back. Your knee goes back, but you don't lose the S curve, the natural curve through the spine. Okay, I've got a couple more of these. Yeah, you're feeling it in your hamstring. Don't squeeze it up tight, because if you haven't been doing enough of your hip lifts, you're gonna feel a little cramp in the back of your hamstring. And it can hurt like heck, I'm telling you. But just ease it back, don't get scared, and go like that. See? Okay, so cross pattern walking. We did wall push-ups. Yes. And we're gonna do some of that pattern walking with our weights here in just a minute. So we did our wall push-ups, targeting the backs of the muscles back here, right? And our arms. And now we did 90-degree knee ups, okay? And then the tandem move to that is the heel to the hips. And you're always holding on a wall when you do these, right? Okay, now let's do a little movement patterning with our legs, okay? And I'm gonna put my hand on my cabinet, my chair, something like that. I'm gonna take a knee up. I've already done my knee up, so now I'm gonna come out. And then I'm gonna come down. See that? Then I'm gonna drop my shoulders, take a big breath in we're gonna capitalize on these kinds of rotational moves that I'm doing. I'm just doing them a little bit for recovery right now because we're fixing to pick up some weights, okay? Don't turn off yet. Drop your shoulders, here we go, one more. Just up, around as far as you can go, and then down, okay? Take a big breath, shoulders are down, tight stomach. Here we go, up. This is my hip replace side, by the way, and I bring it down. So it's just a good rotational move. Then put your hands in here. We're gonna do this at the very end as well, okay? I want you to go this way and this way with your upper body, okay? So I'm gonna sit down just a little bit, so it's a little high hip hinge. See that? My hands come in here, and I'm gonna go like this and like this. So I'm moving from my belly button up. So that's a transverse move. Oh my goodness, why do you want to do this? You're gonna feel so much better after you've done these, okay? So tight tummy and just little turns, okay? Is working on both sides of your body to get you in a really good recovery mode, because you've been holding yourself upright. I've been crabbing at you to say rib cage up, shoulders down, keep your tummy tight. Okay, you get tired, all right? Breath, and plus we have the slug element in there, you know, so there's always that. Okay, see, I just took and did, you know, a dozen of them. Okay, big breath, last move. You can do this on the wall. You can do it in your chair. This is my chair. This is my chair today, okay? So I'm gonna use that as my chair, or you can do it on a wall. The wall is the easiest. The side of the bed would be fine. So what are we gonna do? we're gonna do modified planks, okay? So I'll turn this so you can see what I'm doing here better. Okay? Are you ready? So pretend this is your kitchen chair or your bed. It could be a counter. A counter is a perfect way to do a modified push-up, is what we're gonna do. So I'm right here. I said plank, I know, but I said plank instead of push-up. I slipped. Okay, we'll do the plank, but it's the push-up position. Here's the modification. Bend your knees and come in here. Open your hands pretty wide. And as you come down, okay, you're bringing your chest into your bed, your counter, your wall. So if I was here, I would be coming here now. So this is much more about your upper back and chest and shoulders than it is about, everybody thinks push-ups are for arms, and everybody thinks planks, you know, is about arms and core. Well, they're both core related. So do you see how I modified? My knees are bent. I'm gonna bend as far as I feel comfortable. Many of you have shoulder and wrist issues, and I know it. So you just come down as far as you feel comfortable in a modified plank. So if I hold it, this is a modified plank. If I want to go back and bring it into a full modified plank, I'd be like this. But don't drop your head, is the point. Just hang out here for like 30 seconds. Bend your butt, step in, take a break. Pull yourself forward, go back into that little bit of a dip. So I won't say push up, okay? I'll say dip. How's that? Breath. Here we go. Breath. Here we go, just a dip. Then I'm gonna step back into a full plank. But see, this is not from the ground. It's from my kitchen chair, it's from my wall, or it's from my bench, my bed, my counter. I'm just gonna keep my shoulders down there. Bring your hips up, push back, push back. Put your ears right next to your biceps, and then come back into it, okay? So, big breath. Now, I am gonna pick up small weights now. I forgot, I have my biking gloves, but I left them over in the house. So here are 5-pound weights, 5-pound weights. They go to my brother's Smith machine. And instead of 15-pound weight, like I had the other day, I have 5 and 5. So this should be light to medium for you. So you could pick up, for instance, 6, or you could pick up 3s from the weights that you got from me, okay? Got it? So we're gonna put our pattern walking to the test now. You ready? So here's a 5, and here's a 5. Now, let's talk about light versus heavy and building muscle versus maintaining muscle, etc. When you're gonna do a pattern walk, which is what we're gonna do right now, and some of you are doing this pattern walk, and you might have to rely on a pole, okay? I understand that. Our goal is to be able to do a pattern walk. See, I've crossed over, and then I've stepped up together. See that? Then I've crossed over, then I've stepped a foot up and brought it together. See that? Okay, I just did 2 steps. So I'm gonna come all the way back here and do it again. But I have weights now. And when you're doing a task, like we are right now, number 1, don't go real big. See, because now if you don't want to do weights with this, that's fine. If you want to do this again with your your walking pole, that's fine. I'm staying right here for a reason. Drop your shoulders, tuck in your chin. Okay, I'm feeling the balance. I'm on a toe and I'm on a whole foot. And I just picked up 10 pounds, 5 and 5. Then I'm gonna go up here. See that? So I'm not gonna go real far. But when I come into this position, before I bring my leg forward, I'm gonna take my weights. And I'm gonna do a pull, and a pull, and a pull. Keep my shoulders down. I'm doing one at a time. Look at this. This uses much different connections in the brain than doing them together. Do one at a time. See this? One, and then one. Do you see how I'm holding and I'm putting pressure in the front leg? I'm gonna go 1 and 2. And you can say it out loud, and you're putting more and more pressure in the back leg because you're fixing to take that back leg and bring it forward. That's why I want you to put a lot of pressure in that front leg as if you were on your toe. See, I wasn't lifting my toe for the reason of balance, okay? So you gotta hear me with that. I'm putting a lot of pressure in the front leg, but if I go and bring that toe up, now we're talking about a balance situation. I don't want you to get unbalanced if you've got weights in your hands, okay? And I'm doing a lot more repetitions. You could do this by picking up a rock if you were walking somewhere, all right? Because this is only 5 pounds here, 5 pounds here. Do you see how I'm doing them one and then the other? Make sure you use your brain totally different. Say rib cage up, put more pressure in that front leg. Act like you're gonna bring your back toe up. Don't really, because that'll get you off balance. Okay, now I'm gonna bring that back toe all the way up. Take a big deep breath and bring your legs together, okay? Take a big breath. Now I'm gonna go back so I can stay in the frame. All right. Now it's gonna be that front foot, okay? So I'm going to cross over, right like that, with my other leg, and I'm gonna put the pressure in the front leg. So you need to stop, and you need to think, what did I just do? What did you just do? I'm gonna cross over, and now what am I about to do? I'm about to bring that back leg forward, okay? Just like a walk. I crossed over. See, I've got 5 pound and 5 pound. Now I'm putting my shoulders down. I'm on the toe in the back, and I'm on the front foot. Now this is my challenge side, and if I need to, I'll widen up and I'll put the whole foot down. But you know what I'm doing? I'm pressing on the front leg, getting ready to lift the back leg in a walk. So drop your shoulders, take a big deep breath, keep pressing into that front bent knee leg as if you're gonna take a step. And then we're gonna take our weights here and we're gonna push them back, okay? So I'm gonna push them back. I'm gonna keep pressing into that front leg, pressing into the front leg. The knee is bent. Keep your shoulders down, and you're pressing that whole foot in the front is taking the pressure, okay? Now, you won't see me lifting my back toe on this particular leg because this is my Waterloo leg. This is my challenge leg. I cannot keep my balance nearly as well on this leg because it's my hip replace side. Ugh. So I really want you to know, I know exactly what some of you are going through, and I'm telling you, it takes these smaller moves and really thinking about where are you putting the pressure? Where is your balance coming from? Do you need to use your toe? Can you bring it up? All of those are very important. See how I'm bending and I'm pushing down, bending, pushing down the whole time though. Man, am I feeling the stress right here on that front leg. Now bring that leg up and put them together, okay? Now you've got 5 and 5 right here, okay? Now we're gonna do a backward walk, I have a weight sitting there. Because see, I turned and looked. I know it's there now. I'm gonna crouch. I'm gonna go heel up, heel up, heel up. I know the weight's there now because I turned and looked. Heel up, and I'm back here safely. See that? Big deep breath. Okay. Coming in to one of the final moves. So now we've weighted our pattern walking. We did one-legged standing. We did hip flexors and extensors. We did wall push-ups. We did planks, right? And now we're going to do the king of something to do. If you can't remember, oh my goodness, what do I do now? I don't have a lot of equipment, or I don't have a lot of time. What do I do to make sure I don't lose all this that I worked for? Do your 30 squats. That's what you do. Okay, now I'm going to do some squats, the first 5 with no weight. Then I'm going to do the next 5 with my 5-pound weights. And then I'm going to do the rest with my, I'm going to hold on to my 15-pounder. And then the last couple, I'm just going to do with my 30 pounds. So this right here is 15, okay? This is 15, so this is what I have here, 15 and 15. And then I have my 5-pound disc and my 5-pound disc, okay? Here's my kitchen chair, right? So now I'm gonna come into a squat, and then I'm gonna come back up, okay? So the first 5, we are gonna do with no weight. Some of you who are just recovering from surgery and so forth, don't use weight. Get to where you can move and be strong in your moves. So at first, if you want to sit down, go ahead and sit down. Sorry about that. I'll just turn it off. So if you want to sit down, that's fine. I'm giving you one of the last moves of the half dozen moves that I would suggest that you always do to keep your strength up, to keep your joints moving. And one of them is a sit to stand. I won't even say squat. I'm sitting on my kitchen chair. I'm standing up. If I just do that 30 times, then mark it off, you just won that challenge. See that? 1 and 2, and don't rock. Use your muscles, open your legs. As you're coming up, push into your heels, keep your chin tucked. So the first 5 to 10, let's just say you get to say, you can do 5, you can do 8, you can do 10. But if you're doing it as you're recovering, you're just training those muscles that got very damaged to handle your own body weight. So I hope you're hearing me on this, because this class can be modified so many different ways. I got a lot of people out there with a lot of issues with joints, osteoporosis, recovering from operations, back issues, knee issues, etc. Our goal is to be more functional, to be more in balance. Okay, that was about 5, right? Now I'm going to pick up my 5 pounds in both of my hands. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to do a sit to stand with 5 pounds right here. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to come down. And whenever I come up, I'm going to say big breath. And as I go down, so as I come up, exhale. As I go down, inhale. As I come up, heels, exhale. Exhale. Big breath. So if you get confused, do not worry about it. At this level, you just want to keep breathing. So do not go so fast that you just stand up without thinking. You gotta think. When you have joint issues, shoulders down, hip hinge, push into the heels, pull your chin in, bring those weights right with you. Back, woo. Here we go, heels, up, back. When you stand up, when you're ready to stand up right here, squeeze your gluteal muscles really hard. Big breath into the nose. Take a breath. Hip hinge, heels up. Breathe through the nose. Breath. Here we go. Okay, just 2 more on this. Breath. Here we go. 1 more. Here we go. And here we go. Okay, put those 5-pound weights down. Now, because I only have 2 15-pounders, I'm gonna hold 1 15-pounder with both hands. If you've got your weights with you, then you would go to maybe 9 and 9. Okay, maybe we'd go with 6 and 6. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, let's see here. I've got this like this. I'm gonna hold it right like this. So it's right here. Take a big deep breath. Yeah. I'm gonna hip hinge forward. Keep my chin tucked. Mind you, I would not be doing weights if I'm just recovering from a surgery. So I hope you heard me say that. Okay? You're just doing these to get 30 reps. And this is, we're coming down to our last couple. Okay, so I'm gonna hip hinge. I'm gonna push into my heels on purpose. Say rib cage up, do not round your back here. Keep your chin tucked, press, and you're up. Now squeeze your butt. Now come back down, and come back up. Breath, back down, watch your knees. Don't let them go in or out. Don't let them go in or out. Press, push equally on one foot and the other foot. Equally as much pressure if possible. Take a breath. Take a breath. So I exhale on the up, inhale on the down. So you're exhaling on the work part, typically inhaling on the relaxation part. Push, squeeze your butt. Back down, just a couple more. You know why I say couple, right? So Kathy doesn't yell at me, that's why. A couple is 2 to 20. That's the legal term. That's the legal definition for a couple. Breath, okay, 2 more. Here we go. One more. Oh, yes. Okay, bring it down. For the last couple, I'm really warmed up, ready to go. I'm going to use 15 and 15. You don't have to. You can do it with 5. You can do it with no weight, or you can just continue with what the heavier weight you chose. It's up to you. But I need the pressure. And I'm at a level that I can take these 2, and they're my heavier weights, okay? So anytime you put a weight down or pick it up, be very mindful of what you're doing with your back. Okay, so here I am. I'm gonna go into my heels, drop my shoulders, breath through the nose, and exhale. Breath in. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. And up. And back down to the heels. Here we go. Breath. Exhale. Yeah, squeeze your butt. Here we go. Back down. And here we go. Drop your shoulders. Pull and push through your heels. So I have to talk to myself to put as much pressure on both heels, because depending on what your issue is, you always tend to push more on one side versus the other, especially if you're not thinking. Okay, we're right here at the end. I'm gonna do 3 more. Here we go, down, breath, heels, breath, exhale. Here we go, exhale, inhale. Just don't quit breathing on me. Heels. Okay, now go shoulders up, shoulders up. We're gonna end with a carry. So we're already very versed on our pattern walking. So now I just wanna walk forward and keep my shoulders moving and in right line. I'm gonna bring my heels up and I'm gonna make sure by doing like this, see, I just checked behind, shoulders up, and I'm gonna do a couple of carries. I'm gonna think about, do I lock my knees? Am I wobbling? Most of us lock our knees, one side or the other or both. And that is not how you wanna walk. Bend the knees soft, bend the knees soft, shoulders up, back down, bring that heel up, bring that heel up, bring that heel up. Okay, I'm gonna put those weights down, take a big deep breath. Then I'm gonna just come right here into a, I can put my hands on the chair, put my hands on my chair and go way up like a mad cat and then push back down. Go way up like a mad cat and push back down. Go up like a mad cat and push back down. Up like a mad cat and push back down. Okay? So you're doing your cat camel. Then you come right here. You take a big deep breath. You're gonna turn the whole body. See how I stepped, turned? I did a little pivot on those ankles. I keep my shoulders down, shake out my hands, take a big deep breath, and just pendulum, pendulum, pendulum. I can go heel down, push my butt back. So you're stretching that calf, my heel down, push my butt back till I feel that stretch. Whoa, so much better. Then you can do some other stretches that you like. Anyway, so I know you got a great class today. Okay, let me off camera. There we go.